먹을 때가 제일 예쁘대.
응?
누구보다 제일 귀엽대.
엥?
포동포동한 내 배짤.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So before I start this video, I kind of want to talk about the last video. A lot of comments were like, you're taking sides of Treasure, you're a Toomey, and you're not even an Engine, and people thought that I was comparing ENHYPEN and Treasure. I did make a mistake of saying that in the video, but that was never my intent. I would never make a video comparing two very strong groups. You know, ENHYPEN has its own set of skills that sets it apart from Treasure, and you know, vice versa. So yeah, just keep in mind I would never compare those two groups because they're both my ultimate rookie groups, so that's never happening. But moving on to this video, this is the part 2. So part 1 had more of like some of the popular groups like aespa, Treasure, ENHYPEN, and parts of P Harmony, and I'll link that up here somewhere. And this group is mainly focused on some of the underrated K-pop rookie groups that either we never heard about or just some things that happened with them this past year. So let's get into it. So the first one's kind of general, so it's some of the underrated groups are better than the big 3 groups. I don't think, like, wholesomely there's any group out there that's better than any other group. As I said, every group, whether they're part of the big 3 or not, they have something that's special that like sets them apart. No two groups are alike. But yeah, there are some groups who, when I watch them on stage, I'm like, only if they had the fame, they would blow up. You know, so I'm not sure if I can pinpoint any group that's better, because I feel like if I do, then a lot of you would like attack me. But if I'm just keeping it simple, yes, there are underrated groups who have either better visuals, better vocals, better dancing skills, better stage presence than some of the groups under the big 3. But wholesomely, I don't think any group is 100% better than the other. So this one was actually recommended to me in the comment section of my previous video, and I actually never even paid attention to this. I've always paid attention to group names, but then it just hit me that, oh my god, some of the fandom names are also not the best. Some of the worst ones, and please, again, don't come after me. ITZY's MIDZY. It's seriously, like, I tried to have it make sense to me, but I don't get it. aespa's My. I feel like I need to understand the meaning behind it more. Dia's is literally AIDS. There is no explanation for that. You cannot come up with an explanation for a fandom name called AIDS. And then I'm pretty sure STAYC, their fandom name is SWITH. It's not Switch. It's not Swit. It's like SWITH. SWITH, which that's not even a word. But some of the ones that I do like, especially for K-pop rookies, MCND's fandom name is Gem, which I think is kind of cute, you know, calling us your gems. Treasure Maker, even it's so simple yet it makes sense, you know, like because they were on a survival show, we kind of put them together, kind of, you know, Treasure Maker, that makes sense. And then ENHYPEN, Engine. Again, the group's name and the fandom name takes time to get used to, but once you find out the meaning behind it, it's cute. So for this one, you know, BLACKSWAN is a great group. Yeah, sure, they got a lot of attention in the beginning because they had, I think, Leah's, is she Brazilian or half Brazilian, I think? And then Fatou, and correct me if I'm saying that wrong, is, of course, African American or not of Southeast Asian descent. But what I want to say is, you know, every group, well, not every group, but there are a few groups out there that have one member that made the group extremely well known or famous. Like, for example, Astro. We can all agree that unless, you know, you are a fan of Astro even before Eunwoo became a huge actor, but we can all agree that a lot of the fame that Astro is getting is because of Chanwoo's acting in so many dramas and his visuals. So every group has that one member that does sometimes outshine the other members, whether, you know, in this case it is the fact that she's not Southeast Asian. So I think saying that, you know, Fatou is the only reason BLACKSWAN is famous is incorrect, but yes, she did add to like a huge majority of their fame. Okay, so I agree with this one too. Basically, if you don't know what happened, a fan of STAYC's unofficially said that their fandom name should be STAY, and Stray Kids fans literally went haywire and they degraded STAYC. They said all kinds of bad things about their group, and keep in mind, they're literally a rookie group, STAYC. And it was just, I have never been that embarrassed of being a Stray Kids fan ever before. What Stray Kids fans did, or Stays did, was completely unacceptable. You know, you can't just attack another human being because they said that their fandom name should be Stay. Of course, I wouldn't like another group to have Stay as their fandom name, but that was unofficial. That person just suggested or announced it, and the entire fandom of Stray Kids just went and attacked the group and the person. So very unnecessary, very ignorant, and yeah, that was a bad moment for Stays. All right, moving on to the fifth one. Secret Number's Got That Boom was amazing. Okay, yes, it was. It was absolutely beautiful. I don't know why, but it gave me like third gen vibes, like something that, you know, like a not like retro, but like, I don't know, some type of genre, but it's definitely not something that other fourth gen groups have done before. So I like it's like a good combination between like fourth gen and third gen combined, so I like that. The only part that I don't like is the chorus. I don't really like the chorus. I feel like it just kind of plateaus, but right after the first chorus, when they're like, gimme that dough, that's the best part. That's the best part. So yes, Secret Number's Got That Boom was amazing. So this is the sixth one, and this is personally MCND and DKB are the best rookies of 2020. Now, I don't know if they're the best rookies, but let me just say, I think I've been getting into MCND and DKB quite a lot because a lot of people are like, you have to get into these two groups, and I have, and no regrets. I usually sometimes do regrets when I get into a group, but like not a single regret for this one. I think my bias for DKB is either Ichan or GK, one of those. And then for I think MCND, it would be Win or Big, one of those also. I can't really pick, but yeah, I think that they're up there. I think if there was like best rookie award, which I know there is, but like they would be nominated, definitely nominated. But yeah, love those two groups. Okay, so the seventh one is there are so many rookie groups that are being slept on. You have no idea how much I agree with this opinion. I don't think it's an opinion, it's a fact. Recently, or a few days ago, I went on the internet and I searched up how many groups debuted in 2020 because I actually had no clue. And I would say around 70 groups and soloists showed up. Out of those 70, probably 50 of them are groups, and then 20 soloists. And I'm like, 50 groups debuted last year, and I'm out here only aware of like, I don't know, maybe 20. Like, I don't even know like 60% of the other groups. So some of the groups that I have that I recommend you get into are like sort of the middle groups where people know they exist but they're not quite famous, so I suggest you check them out. 2 DKB, MCND, Weekly, and STAYC. So here are a few which I think a lot of people are aware of, but we just haven't checked them out. But there are so many groups out there that we don't even know they exist in the first place. So if you do get a chance, I suggest you check them out. Okay, so number 8 says 2 is the funniest rookie group ever. I feel like humor just depends on the person, what kind of humor they like, but I agree. 2 is hands down one of the funniest rookie groups I have gotten into this past year. This is the first video that's playing right now that I saw of theirs, and literally the moment I just saw them doing this, I was like, that's it. I'm definitely standing. So I feel like if you just need a group that's very full of humor and just on crack 24/7, I definitely think you should stand them.
과한 액션 아닌가? 알록달록! 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 알록달록!
Okay, so the next point is it's sad how most people don't get into groups because of their names. So some of the names that I have on are like Drippin, Weekly with 3 E's, Gravity, and even G Idol, which isn't that bad of a name, but it just has a lot of punctuation marks, which I don't understand the point of it. I feel like for some of these groups, I get like secondhand embarrassment of even like stating them. Like when someone asks me, like, "Oh, what groups are you into?" Like non-K-pop fans, it's like I'll say, you know, BTS and Stray Kids, which I feel like are not too bad. But if you say something like Drippin or I don't know, just any of those groups like UA or WUA, I think that's a rookie group. Any of those groups, I feel like you just get secondhand embarrassment because you're like, why couldn't they have a better name? So I feel like once you get past the name, the groups are actually very good to get into. So last point for this video is the reason Weekly won Rookie of the Year is because no other famous girl group debuted. I don't really know what to say for this one because yes, no other famous girl group debuted other than aespa, but they debuted November 17th, I think, last year. So that's pretty much the end of the year, so they can never give aespa Rookie of the Year. But I mean, they're not wrong. No other famous girl group debuted last year. I mean, NiziU debuted under JYP, but they're a Japanese group, so they don't even count for any of the awards. So that is true. No other famous girl group debuted. But I also think that Weekly deserved to win just because their music's a bop. So that was the end of the video. I hope you guys liked the opinions I agreed and disagreed to, and the comment section is open for all of you to respectfully agree or disagree with me. I hope you guys showed these underrated but talented groups some love, and to me too by subscribing. Thank you and see you in my next video.